Israel. Want to give a call out Yahweh, Bashima Mashak, Wamalak Yahushua. That's giving all honor and praises to the Most High God and to his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. In the Hebrew is actually Yahweh Shah. I'm Soldier Donovan, coming at y'all with another Sabbath. Coming into the Sabbath, man. Another Friday, First Works Friday, man. Shabbat Shalom to brothers and sisters that would tune in, man. Shabbat Shalom to brothers and sisters that are tuned in. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Help us push the truth around the four corners of the earth and allowing us to continue to push the truth in honesty and sincerity. Title of this class is Meekness and Temperance in the Last Days. Meekness and temperance in these last days. Because these are the things that we need as much as people. Because a lot of times coming out of this world, as I always state in the beginning of our classes, we don't know these things. We don't understand. We never knew that the Bible could be broken down this type of way. Understand the laws and regulations of what we must do in order to fulfill the love for the Most High God and towards our peers. So meekness and temperance is another thing, man. Because the more knowledge that we learn in this truth, the more humbler that we should become. More servants, more righteous to the Most High God. Guess what? Damn, shaking the hand, doing all the things that please the Most High God, man. Loving one another, continue to do all these things that we do that fulfill the law of the Most High God, man. This is what a meek man would do, like Moses, like Christ, and a couple other people that have made great examples of these things, man. And temperance, being able to have patience, being able to have the ability to understand what's going on, know the season, and know how to control your spirit in these things, man. Shabbat Shalom, Yahri, man. Shalom, Shalom, really studied. Shalom, Shalom, Sister Mary Houston, and all them great-grandchildren, man. Shalom, Shalom. Let's get this first precept, man. Let's go to, wasn't in my class, but I want to go ahead and get it. Shalom, Shalom, Sister Hannah. Shalom, Shalom, sis. Hope, pray all is well on all you brothers and sisters side, man. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 25. I want chapter 25, and we're going to start at verse 28. The book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. I'll read that again. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Because the thing is, having meekness and temperance in this truth is having control and rule over your own spirit. If you can't rule your own spirit, if you just gotta let what you gotta say out, if you just can't hold it back, if you can't refrain your tongue from saying wickedness, guess what? It says you're like a city broken down, man. You just know better than them people in West Dallas, and Oak Cliff, and South Dallas, and all the hoods in Memphis, right? And all these places, man, where the Lord choose to put the Israelites, man, in the lower estates. You're no better than those people that walk up and down these streets, man, because they don't have rule over their spirit. They say what they want, do what they want, walk up and down flaunting, man. You have the LMNOP gang, Alphabet gang, flaunting, don't care, don't have no rule over their spirit, man. Knowing what they're doing is wrong, not knowing what they're doing is right. They're lost, man. They're lost in the sauce, man. And guess what? The Lord said, if we can't rule our own spirit, if we can't understand the seasons and know what's going on and know how to act and do these things, we're no better than them, man. It says, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You have no protection. You have no hedge, man. The Lord said, I shall fight my battles for you, right? And you're going to hold your peace. But a lot of times we choose to go out our own ways, fight our own battles. And if we win, then we give all praise to the Most High. But if we lose, we think about how we're going to get back, how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. Well, in the first place, we should just let the Lord handle these things, man. Because a lot of times the Lord will handle things, a certain situation of how you might not have played it out in your head. But that's how the Lord wants these things, right? Let's get this precept. Let's go to second Esdras. Go to second Esdras. I'm going to go to chapter 12. Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom, Azariah. Shalom, my speckled bird. Shalom. I'm going to go to second Esdras chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 36. Second Esdras chapter 12 and verse 36. Thou only hast been meet to know the secret of the highest. So this is Esdras. The Lord is the angel of the Lord, the archangel, which you can read, that was giving him all these visions when you go to second Esdras chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you go to second Esdras chapter 4, you'll see that it was Uriel giving him these things, right? So Uriel was telling him, he said, thou only has been meet to know the secrets of the highest. That's a high estate, man. You would think a brother like this wouldn't be meek, wouldn't be humble, wouldn't know how to control his spirit. But he had to be humbled, man. He had to be to a lower state. The angels asked him, hey, what's the way to fire? If you so worried about our people, guess what? You worrying about all these things that are great and high and mighty. What is the way to this? What is the way to that? And guess what? Ezra kind of repented. He was like, you know what? It's not after my mind to seek these things. I want to seek the things that I see on a day-to-day basis, man. The atrocities of our people, the downfall of our laws, statutes, and commandments, the way that our God has made a mockery. These are the things that he was worried about at that time, man. He refrained himself from thinking too high and brought himself back down low, man. That's a mighty thing to do, and that comes with meekness, man. But I'm going to read this. And thou only hast been meet to know this secret of the highest. Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them. So it was given for Ezra to rewrite the whole book, man. Because you know, during the time of the Babylonians, they came and burned everything, man. What you read in Jeremiah, what you read in all these specific books, you see that they literally took our rolls and our scrolls and burned these things, man. That's why during the time of the Persian and Mede captivity, which Ezra was in, they had no records of who the Levites were, who the priests were. Nehemiah and Ezra, Jerubbaal, they all had to come back and set the order again, man. So it says, verse 38, and teach them to the wise of the people. And so what does it mean to be wise to the Most High God, right? You would ask. It's a brother, sister who knows how to understand their spirit, know how to do these things, know how to be humble, meek, and lowly, know how to understand the seasons, what's going on, how to kind of get away from the things, knowing what to say, knowing what not to say, knowing how to act when atrocities and afflictions and all these things come upon us, right? It says to the wise, right? We know Psalms 19:7, right? The commandments making wise the simple, right? The law, to say the least, right? It says, therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose heart thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. Because if our hearts going into our minds can't comprehend truly what the Lord has established for us, how can he therefore give us these things, man? Like he said in Matthew, he said, man, I didn't give everybody these parables. He said, the prophets asked, hey, why do you speak to them in parables? Why do you do this like this? Why don't you make it plain? He said, because it's not meant for everybody to understand these things, man. We have to understand the fact, the harsh reality that everybody in our family will not understand the truth, may never understand the truth, or may see it and agree with it, but they still won't act it upon themselves. This is something we have to understand as a nation of people, as a family, as a mother, as a father, right? As a son, as a daughter, an auntie, an uncle, or niece or nephew, man. These are things we all have to accept of coming into this truth, right? Because the Lord said we teach it unto the wise and those who may comprehend and keep these secrets, man. What are the secrets of things that we read in this Bible, man? The things that are unfolding to this day, man. We are God's chosen people. We are those Israelites, right? Esau, damn Edomites, so-called white man, the Elamites, the East Indians, the Hamites, and all their generations, the damn stanky Africans. And you can go on a list of the plethora, Moab, Ammon, and all these people. We're revealing these secrets, man. Guess what? The Ark of the Covenants is ours, man. All these things of the world that they made themselves are all ours, man. According to our heritage, according to our God. But the Lord said, only give these to this people who are wise, can comprehend these things, and keep these things, man. That comes with having that meekness and temperance and able to endure this thing. Because you can gain all of this knowledge. Think about gaining all the secrets of the Most High God. What would you do with it? Oh, yeah, I got this precept. I got all this understanding. I'm not giving it away. You know what? I think what the Lord said to do here, actually, no, we're going to take this out because the Lord, he gave me a deeper secret than what he gave everybody else. Now I got this doctrine. Now I got this. And you know what? This is my own doctrine that I'm going to put in, right? No, that's not how the Lord does things, man. That's out of order with the Most High God, man. We know there will be difference of doctrines and understandings. But to negate and to pull things out that you feel like don't match your lifestyle is off, man. And that's not a humble and meek spirit. Because a humble, meek spirit would take the understanding, take the whole role and understand it, digest it, man. And guess what? There are some things you may not agree about, some things you may not see with other camps, other doctrines. Well, guess what? You humble enough to be like, you know what? I understand what's going on. You have enough temper to be patient with brothers and sisters and give them that grace, knowing that, hey, in the time to come, Christ shall teach us all things, right? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 3. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 3. For forward thoughts separate from God, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. Because the thing is, with those forward thoughts, thinking without having counsel, going on about your own move, just saying things that you ought not. All these things are forward thoughts that separate us from the Lord. We're no longer thinking in the spirit. We're thinking about that old man, that old woman, how we used to get down, what I would do if someone said this to me, what would I do if this happened to me. That's not a humble and meek spirit no more, man. What did the Lord call that? He said that's a city broken down without walls. You bringing back that old man from the slums and the ghettos, man, from the west side, the east side, north side, south side, all these things. You bringing that person back when you choosing to go out your own way. Because it said you separating from Yahweh. And his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. So when you try the Lord, you say, well, I'm not going to take your counsel, Lord. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. What are you going to do about it? Because a lot of times we don't think that's what we're saying. But when we choose not the Lord ways and we choose our own ways, we're basically saying, hey, my way is better, Lord. You sit back. You let me take the wheel. And that's never the case, man. Verse 4 says, for into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter. So if you got a malicious, wicked soul, man, you know wisdom won't enter into you. Because a lot of times we understand, why don't granny get it? Auntie get it? Mama, daddy get it? Don't get it. Because they have malicious souls, man. It sounds bad. But the thing is, if you're not keeping the commandments, it's already sin. That's already wickedness to the Most High God. He said rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, man. Things that we think are, oh, that's too harsh. That's too much. That's light to the Most High God, man. He said, all you got to do is rebel. All you got to do is say no to me once. And that's witchcraft. But we don't consider it that. But that's why our mind's not the same as the Most High God, man. He said, wisdom that's going to enter into that soul, right? It says, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So if your mind and your whole body is fully set on sinning, cutting your damn beard, being bald-faced, bald-headed Michael Jordan, man, sisters dressing out of order, men dressing out of order, men changing the natural use of their own body parts, women likewise, doing all these things, man, Planned Parenthood, man. Guess what? All these things, man, them whoring each other out, man. The Lord is not agreeing with these things, man. He said there's no wisdom in that, man. You should not be sitting here listening and trying to get counsel from somebody about not how to whore somebody out. And they got 6 baby mamas, 6 baby daddies. And they adding more. That's the ways of this world, man. That's what gets us back into the world. That's what makes us look back. Getting righteous counsel, righteous understanding is the thing that we do in these days, right? It says, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. He said the Holy Spirit of discipline. What do you think some of the key things of discipline is? Having meekness, because you have to be able to be meek enough to understand. Somebody might not understand you all the way. Somebody might not see what you see, but you're meek enough to, guess what? Understand it. Listen to it. Hear it out, even if you don't agree with it. And then give your response. That's temperance. Having discipline is knowing how to control yourself. Having that full mind and body sound, man. That's what it is. That's how you get the spirit, the Holy Spirit of discipline. And it says it will remove from thoughts that are without understanding. Because a lot of times when we go out our own ways and say certain things, do certain things, those are without understanding. And what does it do when we were without understanding? We were a silly nation. We weren't wise. We in captivity. When we didn't have understanding, we always went to captivity. According to Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 13. It says that are without understanding and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. So guess what? When you got spirits that come upon you from everywhere, you wonder, man, where did this spirit come from? Guess what? Your mind has already separated you from the Lord. You done turned into that malicious soul. You've lost your discipline. You've lost that meekness. You lost that temperance that you had. So when that spirit comes in, he says it's swept and garnished, just like he left it, man. Because righteousness done left out the window. No matter how much understanding you have, how many precepts you have, what your role and your position is in your congregation, if you are not having that spirit of discipline, meekness, understanding, guess what? Righteousness is not there, man. When sin comes into the door, it's gone, man. And we got to understand that as a nation of people, man. We got to understand these things, right? Let's go to Sirach. Well, we're going to spend a couple little time in Sirach, man. Let's go to Sirach chapter 28. Because watch this. A lot of times we make things worse for one another, man. And we're going to get to it. Sirach chapter 28 and verse number 12. Watch this. I'm going to start at verse 11. The book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 11. A hasty contention kindleth a fire, and a hasty fighting sheddeth blood. Read that one more time. An hasty contention kindleth a fire, and an hasty fighting sheddeth blood. Think about these things, man. Literally had some of these things, man. It says a hasty contention. Fast to it. You automatically on it. Somebody say one thing, boom, I'm on it. Let's do it. Let's go all the way in, man. Think about how these things go. A hasty contention. Somebody who's literally looking out for these things. Or if it doesn't de-escalate within the next 3 words, it's up. They just got one more thing to say. It's going there. It says the hasty contention kindled a fire. And we know a fire, it can't be put out, man. You can't just, if anybody knows anything about putting out a fire, you don't spray the water at the ceiling. You don't spray it at the top of the fire. You have to do it at the base, man. That's how you get rid of it. Then after that, then the smoke comes. So guess what? Most of the time, the brothers and sisters can't catch these things in real time. That smoke continue to rise. It chokes people out. People make unwise decisions. People make different things that they shouldn't do. That's what happens. It blurs your vision. It clogs your understanding. You're not understanding. You're just finding every way to try to move around, trying to survive, man. You're lost, man. You damn smitten with blindness, man. But guess what? Let's say if you catch the spark, boom, you catch the spark when it go off. You put it out. You might get a little bit of smoke, but it doesn't deter your vision, man. But let's say you let that fire continue to build and build and build, and then you finally put it out. Now you got to deal with all the smoke in the room. Now you can't see. You don't understand what just happened. It all happened so fast. And now when the dust settles and all these things go away, you're like, damn, that really just happened. Wow, what could I have done to do better, right? Well, one, the spirit of meekness, man, that discipline, that temperance, all these things kindle and quench fires, man. It's all in the power of the tongue, right? Watch this, verse 12. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both of these come out of thy mouth. Because that's the point of these things, man. Having meekness and temperance in this truth is knowing what to say, knowing what not to say, man. Knowing what to pray for, knowing what not to pray for, man. It's many things that go into these things. Our actions, man. It's a lot of things that come with these things. It says, if thou blow a spark, if thou blow the spark, it shall burn. So if you continue to go at it, all you're doing is adding more fuel to the fire. We used to say that back in the world, man. And this is what the Lord is saying. It says, but if you spit upon it, meaning you put it out, you use those soft, subtle words that you know that can bring a certain brother or sister down. It says it shall be quenched. It's gone. It's done. Think, what if David contended with Saul? What if David, he kind of Saul threw the javelin and David grabbed the damn javelin and threw it back, man? What do you think that would have made King Saul do? Not only did he already send Doeg the Edomite to go kill all the priests, just think he probably would have raised all war against all the nations, man. All because of King David. With a king to come, man. Think about these things, man. What if Peter never truly stopped fighting when they were finna go persecute Christ? It wasn't just an ear he cut off. No, he cut off somebody's head. Then he cut off somebody else. Then he kept killing, man. And then, boom, they turn around and kill Peter. And now Christ feels some type of way. Now he called a legion of angels, thinking as a mortal man. Think about these things. If they're not quenched and stopped right there at the heart, think of how far some of these stories in the Bible could go, man. And a lot of times, even when you read in certain stories, I want to say it's Jehoiakim. He didn't want to listen to Capt. Matter of fact, let me make sure I don't want to butcher this. Go to first focus. That's the one I always remember. I see your precepts, sis. I'm going to pull it for you and give me just 1 second. Let me see. I know where it's at. First Esdras, Josias. It was Josias. First Esdras chapter 1 and 25. Josias, man. The king of Egypt told him, hey, that's not your fight. Leave it alone. Don't come towards it. He's like, nah, I'm going to come towards it. I'm going to keep doing it. And not only then, he didn't stop. He wanted to be in the war. Not only want to be in the war, he wanted to be at the front lines. And then what happened, man? He died, man, because he didn't listen to the Most High God. He continued to blow fire upon that thing until the Lord consumed him, man. But it says, if thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both of these come out the mouth, man. Both of these things, man. And in order to understand these things in the season, we have to have that spirit of diligence, meekness, temperance on us, man. It's pivotal for these last days. Think about it. If we lose our cool when Jacob trouble is on the rise, we don't know how to control our spirits. We want to bash. We want to flash out now. We all stuck in the building. It's all 50 of us. And now we just now deciding, I just got to get this off my chest about this brother. I just got to get this off my chest about this sister. I don't care, sister. I'm just tired of wearing your head wrap don't look that good. I've always been thinking it and I'm going to say it. This is the perfect. No, it's not, man. You have to be meek enough and have enough temperance and understanding to know this is not the season to say anything. This only makes situations worse. Like Captain Yahri always said, we're only strong as our weakest link. And if we make one weak link, that makes another weak link. And when we do all these things, we're going to fall as a nation of people, man. Like he speaks in Deuteronomy chapter 21, when it's going into the wars and the classifications of war and what we should do during wartime. He says, if you're faint and if you're weak and you don't want to fight, you stay home. You don't come out, because you're going to put that spirit on everybody else, man. Don't do it. Because a lot of times people may have that spirit on them, but it disguised as something else. Because spirits don't just come as, oh, I'm a lust demon. No, it's going to come as a sister walking up to you, a brother walking up to you. Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay. It starts off as a nice talk. Then it might be some texting, maybe some phone calls. He's luring you in. It's not just going, it will pop up. Hey, boom, let's get to it. Okay, well, let's do it. I've been ready. Guess what? That's how the Lord uses Satan, man. To literally play and mess with your mind, man. To put you in a delusion to think that you're not doing something that you're fully set in, man. That's the trick bag, and that's the best thing about the Most High God, man. That's why they said he's a great and terrible God. Let's go to Sirach chapter 5. Chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 11. The book of Sirach, chapter 5, and verse 11. Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. That's heavy, man. It says be swift to hear, because a lot of times we can put out a lot of fires, and we can kindle these things easier as long as we hear the whole matter. As long as we can hear this whole thing, okay, I see what you're coming from. I cut you off because this didn't make sense. No. I gotta defend this point. No, before you go anywhere else, I'm stuck here. No. It said be swift to hear, man. It said hear first, then rebuke, right? This is how this goes. This is the order in these things, right? This is how it goes, right? You got to think about these things. That's why I said be swift to hear, because a lot of times if we hear the whole thing, it may make a little bit more sense. Or guess what? If you are listening to a Christian, a debate, let's say a Christian, well, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish talk. Okay, go ahead. And then boom, like Captain Benaniyah always say, gotcha. Because they'll cut themselves, man. It's either they'll cut themselves or they'll make it an easier situation for you to understand. But a lot of times we have to be more swift to hear, not giving an answer so fast and so hastily, right? And it says, let that life be sincere. What is the same word from sincerity? Humbleness, meekness, right? Temperance. Being sincere meaning, hey, okay, you know what? Let me understand this from your viewpoint too. Okay, let me see. All right, I see it, but this isn't right. Okay, I understand, but this is still this. You got to think about it. Christ knew the law from the front to the back. He is that word made flesh. But yet he still took time to listen and hear everybody out. Even the Canaanite woman. All the apostles said, man, Lord, she don't got nothing to do with us. Don't even talk to her. Don't listen to her. He said, you know, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You right, master. You right. The bread and the crumbs and all the things on the floor, yeah, it's meant for me. He's like, yeah, there it is. We're here. Right? You got to think about these things. How many people knew the law at the time of Christ's persecution? There was literally teachers and all lawyers of the law at that time. Doctors of the law. You had the scribes, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, man. You had all these different sects of people knowing the laws. And yet at his time of death, he said, forgive them for they know not what they do, man. That's how sincere we have to be in this truth, man. Knowing that you are right 100%. You know you right. You know you right. But yet being sincere enough to say, I'll still listen to it. I'll still hear you out. Even if it's wrong. I'm still going to give it to you. But I really want to understand what you're saying. Like even with the woman who he knew had many husbands. He still heard him out. He even got back on the other people. Well, where's the husband? Well, if y'all not without sin, cast the first stone. Because he could have not been meek about it and went on all of them because he knew all their sins. He could have put them all out on forefront, did all these things, right? But he didn't, man. He said, hey, y'all go ahead and do that. Okay, y'all don't got nothing. He said, hey, look, go sin no more. That's it. That's it, man. Sometimes these things can be good, just being swift to hear. He heard them out first, and then he understood what was going on. Because what if Christ stopped them and saying, hey, she committed adultery. Boom, that's it. Now he closed his ears. Okay, well, she needs to go to death. She put to death. Okay, good job, guys. Go ahead. But when you get to listen, you understand the whole conclusion. You understand the whole matter. He's sitting there thinking, he drawn in the sand. He like, they talking about she committed adultery. She got a husband, but where's the man that was in this, right? Where's the husband? Okay, well, what about y'all? Okay, let me look at you. Tom, Jerry, Harry, Phil, all of y'all. Okay, all of y'all got sin. He's just sitting there listening, man. But when he was done, he gave out righteous judgment, man. This is what happens. It says, Sirach 5:11, be swift to hear and let that life be sincere. And with patience, give answer. Because a lot of times we're not going to understand it the first time, the second time, the third time. How many times did the Lord reiterate the same things? Keep my commandments and live. We go off so many precepts. Think about, brothers can say, let's run the love precepts in the chat right now. We're going to have 10 precepts, 11 precepts, 12 precepts. The Lord constantly reiterates himself many times. So you're going to have to say the same thing over or hear the same thing over and over and over again. But you have to be meek enough and have enough patience where brothers and sisters still give that same answer. That shows how much growth you have in this truth, man. It says, if thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. Because that's another thing. You're swift to hear. You're patient with your answer. But your damn answer isn't right. Yeah, I heard you out. But I understood it. But you didn't really listen. The understanding you thought you had, it's not that right understanding. Because a Christian will do that. They'll be swift to hear. And they'll, well, brother, in all sincerity, let's go to Philippians. They're not listening to you. They don't have understanding. Just put your hand on your mouth and listen, man. That's how a lot of times people come out there on the streets and they're trying to teach us. We don't need y'all to teach us, man. We've been teaching. We've been studying. We've been praying, been fasting. Y'all should lay your hands upon your mouth unless you have some understanding that you can give us. Then we'll deal with these things, man. But if it's not according to the scriptures, that's how the Lord chooses to deal with these things, man. This is how it is. Because watch this, verse 13. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall. So, hey, your tongue is a mighty thing, man. It can get you into trouble. It can get you out of trouble, man. Think about King David. King David literally used his tongue to get out of trouble. He went over there. He went to the land when he was fleeing from Saul. He came to the king. They was like, this King David. King David had to think on the fly. He used wisdom. Guess what? He could have said, no, yes, I am the King David, the Lion of Judah. He could have done all these things, man. Yes, the one chosen of Samuel. But what did he do? He humbled himself down so much that he acted like a lunatic, man. King David, the mightiest kings that we had, man, at that time, man. The one who laid and paved the foundation for the lineages of the 12 tribes. I'm not 12 tribes, Salakia, of the kings of Israel and of Judah, man. Who started these things and who had a progenitor as Solomon, who ultimately will come through the same lineage as Christ, man. He could have chose to do something way different. But he didn't, because he was meek enough and understand the season that he was in, man. And this is the same spirit we have to have. It says honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall. And that's it, man. Think about Nabat when he went against King David. His tongue was his fall. He said a lot. He went against the Lord's anointed, and the Lord smit him, man. Guess what? Think about and Miriam and Aaron, right? Their tongue was their fall, man. Think about can't even think about the brother's name. I'm gonna find it. Numbers chapter 16. I know that. Think about Korah. Think about all these people who tongue got them in trouble, man. Couldn't get them out of trouble. Think about these things, man, and truly understand what we need to do as a nation of people to get right, man. Let's go to Sirach 20. I'm going to say we had a couple precepts in Sirach, man. We're going to be here, man. Sirach chapter 20, and we're going to start at verse 5. The book of Sirach chapter 20 and verse 5. There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. It says there's one that keepeth silent and is found wise. Because a lot of times we try to say certain things and then be like, well, brother, I use wisdom. I pulled this, I pulled that. But a lot of times, if you was just quiet, your wisdom will show forth, man. Because the Lord said wisdom shall declare her works. You don't have to say, I use wisdom. Because wisdom will be known. You're like, man, you're a wise brother. You're a wise sister. She didn't have to say, oh, to start off, I'm wise, so let me tell you this first. No, it's going to show forth in all your works, man. So guess what? Having enough temperance and having enough meekness to be silent is where you find wisdom at, man. And it says another by much babbling becometh hateful. Because a lot of times when you keep yapping and keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, now you done left the Lord, man. The Lord is gone. You're not thinking about the Lord no more. You're just thinking about what you're saying. You're just letting it go, man. And that's a lot of times where women get in trouble. They talk a lot and they don't stop. And their thoughts is not of the Most High God no more. It's of what he said, she said, and what I feel like and what you think you should do and what I think, but this ain't. And you know how this goes, man. They get to doing all this and do all that, man. That's the spirit that's on our women heavy, man. These are the things, man. But guess what? If you're silent, your wisdom will show forth in these things, right? But if you're a babbler, it becomes hateful, right? Verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue because he hath not an answer. He hath not to answer. Some keep it silent, knowing his time. Because sometimes you can hold your tongue because I don't need to respond to that. I know that was ignorant. Or I know it just wasn't meant for my time. It's not my time to answer that, right? I'll answer it later. I'll pull the brother or sister to the side and we'll deal with it. Or I heard something. Okay, we'll deal with this then. It says knowing his time, man. You know the time, you know the season. You have the temperance and you have the meekness and understanding enough to do these things in decency and in order, man. It says a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity. But a babbler and a fool will regard no time. You're not worried about nothing. I'm on gas, no brakes, man. But somebody who wise and hold his tongue, he gonna see opportunity. That's how we should be in this truth, man. Because a lot of times when you see in the movies, the wife might do something at dinner or say something, go a little too far. Husband don't say nothing then. He could make a big commotion about it. He waits till they get home. Sit down, get dressed, get undressed, whatever the case is. Then he presents it. This is the right way to do it. This is the right time. Hey, this is what you did. Hey, I gave you time. This is what we're going to deal with it. This is how things should go. But does it always go like that? No, it doesn't. And some brothers and sisters fall short of that a lot of times, man. Can't control their mouth, can't control their spirit, can't control their body. Does that mean we beat up on that brother and bash him? No. But the Lord said we're going to have to admonish you, though. Correct you, give you the understanding. And all these things will be in decency and in order, in the spirit of meekness and wisdom, man. It says, Salakia, verse 8. He that useth many words shall be abhorred, meaning being hated, right? And he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. If you take to yourself authority, I'm the head honcho. Everybody circle around me, man. Come on, man. It said, he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. If you take these things all to yourself, yeah, I'm a fool, I'm a babbler. Oh, well, it's me. Yeah, who's going to do something about it, man? Come on, man. Stop it, man. He said, you're going to be hated. Oh, man, nah, we ain't dealing. That brother got too much on him. He got too much pride on him. Because as soon as something go on, he going to start talking and he ain't going to stop, man. We're going to just walk off on him. We're going to have to tell him to leave. We're going to have to do something. We know this brother. We know this sister. They always do this. That's why they don't come around. That's why we don't bring them around. They just know they're not good company. You're not even talking about brothers and sisters in this truth. Your family. I know me personally. I have somebody in my life that I love dearly. But I know I can't get him started. Can't get him to talk. Because once he starts, he will not stop. He won't hear nothing. He won't regard the time. He won't listen to you. He won't do any of these things. Why? Because that's what babblers do. They let go of the thoughts of the Most High God and they're fully set on whatever they want to say, man. And the Lord said these things shall be hated, man. We do. And this is what it is, right? Now let's go to Sirach 22 and 22. Like I said, brothers and sisters, man, y'all might as well write Sirach in this. Write down all these things, man. We're going through there. Sirach chapter 22 and verse 22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation, except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets or a treacherous wound. For these things every friend will depart. I'm going to read that again, man. That's heavy. It says, if thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation. Because a lot of times, brothers and sisters, we may have talks, may have disagreements. And some of these things are more elevated and escalated than others. It might be a counsel that I didn't like, I didn't appreciate, right? It says, or if you say, hey, man, stop that, man. You this, you that, you that. Because sometimes that corner man, corner woman does come out, right? It says, open thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be reconciliation. Guess what? Don't think, damn, I just lost a good brother. I just lost a good sister. Hold on. Don't give up so fast, man. Have faith in the Most High God that he'll restore this thing, right? Think how many times we argue with our wives and with our husbands, with our children. Shut up. No, you shut up. Boy, shut your dumb, do. Think about how our parents used to talk to us, right? Think about these things. I know I used to have some of you ain't no good, lousy mother. You just going hard. Granny used to go hard. When you watching all these movies, Granny and Granddaddy used to go hard, man. But guess what? They know it's going to be a reconciliation. They don't fear that you're going to leave them and not love them no more. They know they're going to be reconciled together. Later on that night, hey, I love you. Hey, we okay. Hey, I did this for this reason. Hey, let's do this. Let's fix it, right? It says except for upbraiding, right? Or pride. Guess what? Somebody doesn't have pride on them to say, you know what? Hey, even though I may have been right, I have enough meekness in me to say, hey, I apologize. Look, let's get this right. I love you too much to lose you as a brother, as a friend, right? As a lover, if we talking about husband and wives. This is what it is, man. This is discipline. Now, I pulled that earlier. That's right, man. And that's why a lot of times our people, we're so subject to different things, man. Because the Lord's discipline sounds like discipline. It doesn't sound like he hates us. It sounds like he's getting on us for certain things, for the things we did wrong. But a lot of times we have such that slave mentality, how Master used to do us. We translate that into the form of our children. And no, it should just be strict discipline. Hey, you did wrong. This is your judgment. You did wrong. This is your discipline, man. And guess what? We will get back to that, man. Most High God, he continue to give us this increase, continue to allow us to build in this captivity, and allow us to guide our households in order, right? It says, thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation, except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets. Because think about these things. Even with the brother whose secrets was disclosed publicly, guess what? A friend did that, man. Friends go out and do that. You think they can reconcile that thing? Maybe. But hey, it says, except for these things, they may not come back. You may not get a friend like that, man. You got to think about these things, man. disclosing of secrets, or a treacherous wound. You didn't hurt the brother or sister, man, severely. Guess what? They might not want to be around you no more because they might think about doing something ill back to you. So for these things, every friend will depart, man. And these are the things that how these goes, right? Salakia. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 19. We're going to start at verse 8. And all this is tying into each other. All these things are all going into the spirit of meekness, temperance, and discipline, right? Knowing when to say, knowing what to say and knowing what not to say, right? Knowing when to talk, knowing when not to talk, right? Knowing how to handle these situations when they're put upon us, man. This is how we keep these things in order in the last days. And like I said, this is the secrets that's revealed to the wise, right? So those who understand it, get it, man. When Jacob's trouble come and all the Israelites in the camps and congregations are all huddled up, shacked up, we need to know and know how to act with one another in order to make it through these times, man. If we act like the heathen, we're going to get treated like heathen in that time. We're going to get dashed, we're going to get stoned, and we're going to get persecuted, man. We have to be in order with our God at this time the most, man. Sirach chapter 19 and verse 8. It says, whether it be to a friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. And if thou canst not without offense, reveal them not. Because a lot of times we say things and we do things, and we don't know if that's going to offend that brother or sister or their business. We don't know these. So a lot of times, brothers and sisters should just simply be quiet. Because you're saying something, you're talking about other men's lives, and you don't know nothing. You don't know the whole thing. You don't know the whole situation. You might insinuate something. You may feel like, well, nah, this is what happened. This is what happened. No, you don't, man. No. This is not it, man. This is not what we do. So whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not, man. That's plain, man. That's thus said the Lord, not me. Jump down to verse 17. Matter of fact, hold on. What about trying not to spare people's secrets, but it's like you found out something that'll hurt, but then you tell someone about it, and then the friend takes it and as you're spreading their secret on purpose. Well, look, this is the perfect precept. This is a spirit. Watch this. Sirach 19. I'm just going to read on down. Verse 10. If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, and be bold, it will not burst thee. So this is a perfect precept for you. Sister Jenna Barbie Jones. Says, if you heard a word, let it die with you. Don't take it with you. Don't feel like you need to tell somebody, need to spread it. Because the thing is, when you choose to open your mouth and tell these people these things, you are doing it on purpose. You just had to say it. You had to do it. That's a purposeful thing, man. It's not going to burst you. It's not, oh, it's killing me on the inside. I got to let it out. You don't have to truly let it out, man. It says, a fool travaileth with a word, as a woman in labor of a child. Think about this thing, man. If any of y'all had children, y'all know the labor of a woman, the aches, the pains, and you just ready for it to get out. You ready, can't hold it no more. That's what the Lord said to do with these certain words, right? He says you want to hold in that word. Don't let it out. Don't let it. It's not going to kill you, man. It's not going to do these things, right? He said, I mean, for counsel, like a therapist or something. Well, those things are different, sis. In that setting and that thing, guess what? If it's something of that counsel that's truly affecting the way you feel and it's dealing with another brother or sister, that's where Matthew 18 and 15 comes in, right? If you, that person, can't handle these things when it comes to those type of secrets, then you bring it to that counsel. And guess what? Those secrets will be revealed then, because guess what? You have to come to a common ground and standpoint with one another, whether it be friend or foe, right? If you can't bring out these things without offending somebody, hey, guess what? You seek out counsel so that you can see the right way to deal with these things and handle it in a righteous manner, right? Salakia, let me read on down on that. What was that? I'm going to drop back down to 14. Admonish thy friend. It may be he hath not said it, and if he have, that he speak it not again. And guess what? That's another word. That's another thing. Oh, Salakia, verse 12. And as an arrow that sticketh in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly. So like you were saying, sis, that might not have been to your point, but guess what? That is a point in itself. Sometimes people travail with a word and they just can't let it go. Oh, I got to call this brother. I got to call this sister and tell him what happened. I got to tell him. No, man. You don't have to tell him. If it comes up, okay, deal with it. If not, okay, all praises, man. A lot of times, hey, this is what brothers and sisters doing is truth. They can't wait to tell somebody, man, guess what happened today? Oh, guess what? Guess who did? Oh, man. Oh, no, man. Come on, man. We got to be better than this. Got to be better than this. But verse 13, admonish a friend. It may be he had not done it. And if he have done it, that he do it no more. And when it means to admonish, it means to correct, right? To guess what? Show him the right way. So if somebody had done an ought against you and have spoken against you, guess what? You forgive that person as if he hasn't did it. That's if them coming in meekness and sincerity, right? Even in general. Let's say you never talk to that person again. I still forgive you. I didn't forget it. But guess what? I'm commanded to love that brother or sister if they are of our nation, man. Now, I just know I just will not disclose anything like that with you ever again, right? It says, admonish thy friend, it may be he hath not said it. And if he have, that he speak it not again, man. It says, admonish a friend, for many times it is slander. It is a slander. And believe not every tale. Because a lot of times, many times it's slander, man. It's just what it's just slick, it's slang, it's things that it's just some harsh words sometimes, man. It's something that's just like, man, he's just talking. He just talking. That's really what it is sometimes. He or she is just talking. They're babbling. They're going on, man. It becomes hateful. The Lord commands us to love one another, man. But you don't have to be around these things, right? It says there's one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. And who is he that hath not offended with his tongue? How many times a brother and sister said something that they didn't truly mean to say? Or they said it and it didn't come off right, maybe. Or they said it and this is how it should come off. But it didn't mean it. It didn't come from my heart. Like, I still love you. If I call my son, hey, you a dumbass. I'm not saying, hey, your whole life, your whole this, your whole that. No, what you did in that aspect was a dumbass thing to do. I'm not saying that I hate you. I'm not saying that, hey, this is my feeling towards you for the rest of your life. No, this is what you did, man. The Lord called us silly doves. You just a damn silly little Tweety bird, man. That wasn't our forever. It's not our forever thing, right? Because he also calls us the sons of God, his chosen people, a holy nation. It's not your forever thing, man. Because guess what? Who hasn't slipped with their tongue, man? Who hasn't said something that they shouldn't have, man? That's why the Lord wants us to practice these things, right? And sis, I understand you said you struggle with keeping secrets and spreading. I just don't want it to happen where I get in my feelings about something that's supposed to be a secret, you know. No, I completely understand that, sis. And that's what comes with having the spirit of discipline. Having the spirit of, hey, I have to control myself in order not to say certain things, to do certain things, or to put myself in a situation where I feel like I need to say something. And because it's always a way to escape that, sis. If that's a spirit you're dealing with, it's always a way to escape that spirit. According to 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, it's always a way. But a lot of times we may not choose that way because it might not be the most convenient at that time. But guess what? Even because it's not convenient does not mean that's not the right thing to do. Because the Lord said fire and water is on this side, man, on each side. This is the convenient way, but it's so easy to fall in this little narrow path, man. You may not think it's that convenient. Usually you think you can see that water, I can probably swim. Or you see that fire, I can try to put it out as I go by. But you don't know the fire is still consuming you. That water, you're going to drown. You're going to get tired eventually. It may not be convenient to walk on this straight path because it might not go the way you want it. But guess what? That's the way the Most High God wants it to go, sis. So guess what? If that's something you deal with and something you struggle with, that's something you're going to have to pray, meditate, and fast on, right? Like it said in Matthew 17, howbeit, in Matthew 17 and 21, howbeit these things go not out, but by prayer and fasting, right? Let's get this next precept, man. Salaki, verse 17. I want to get this in Sirach 19 and 17. Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him, and not being angry, give place to the law of the Most High. And that's just plain, man. Before we act out on anything, we give place to the Most High God first, man. Don't threaten a brother. Don't threaten a sister. Guess what? Don't be angry. Give place to the Most High God. Get placed to the law first. Then deal with these things, man. Lord said, be angry and sin not. We understand these things. But before you do that, you better make sure you handle that thing thus said Yahweh, man. Go to 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 1. Hope that it kind of answers your question a little bit, sis. If not, I can kind of go into a little bit more. I did not want 2 Peter 1 and 4. Salakia. I want... Yeah, Khan, like I just pulled that too. Yeah, Khan, all praises. Yes, it's that from 10 all the way down. That's a good thing. Good precept to keep right there. No, that's it. I was right. Salakia. 2 Peter chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse number 3. According as divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue, whereby are given to us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these you might be partakers of divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. I'm going to read on. Now this is going to the point. So guess what? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and deal with this. It said, why am I given exceeding great and precious promises, that you might by these be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust, man. Think about all the rudiments of this world, man. Think about all the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. It says you got to get that divine power through Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to use all these things to life and to godliness through the knowledge of him, man. The knowledge of what? Understanding the law, statutes, and commandments, right? He hath called us to glory and virtue, man. Two mighty words, man. Two mighty things, glory into virtue, man. When you're a virtuous person, guess what you're looked up to? You're looked upon as great and mighty and divine in this world, man. It said, who can find a virtuous woman, man? Virtue is a mighty thing, and it all goes with meekness, temperance, discipline, all these words and the fruits of the Spirit we should all be carrying with ourselves, right? Because watch this, verse 5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your, see, diligence, there goes the thing, right? There goes that same thing as discipline. Add to your faith, virtue, into virtue, knowledge. So you want to add to your faith, you want to add virtue. Into your virtue, you want to add knowledge. It says, into knowledge, temperance. Into temperance, patience. Into patience, godliness. Into godliness, brotherly kindness. Into brotherly kindness, charity. Look at all these things that he wants you to add to. And guess what? You see how he said you got to go from one to the other, one to the other. It's not going to be, you're not going to get it all in one day. You're not going to get it all in 1 week of fasting, a month, a year in this truth, 10 years in this truth, man. These things are acquired traits that you're going to have to learn, man. You have that knowledge and temperance, but guess what? Now you need patience. You may have knowledge, temperance, and patience, but now you need godliness. You may have all of these three, but now you need brotherly kindness. Now you got all these things, but you still need charity, giving willingly to accept things, willingly to do all these things, man. Those are the fruits and the things that the Lord gave us, right? It says, for these things be in you and abound, meaning not only do you have these things, they're abounding within you, man. You showing forth these things through wisdom. They make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua. That's plain, man. That's plain. We have to have these things, man. But watch this. It's a flip side. But he that lacketh these things is blind. That's the same thing as that fire, man. When you don't quench that fire, when you choose to lack certain things in certain parts of the law, certain things that you feel like you don't think is needed right now, you blind, man. You says, and cannot see far off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins, man. You don't forgot that old man. You don't forgot the Lord forgave you for that old man. How much of a killer, a gangbanger, a whore, or whatever you were in the world, man. You forgot how far you done came. When you go back to that old man, go back to that old woman. Well, I just got to tell this nigga. If I don't tell him nothing right now, it's going to kill me not to say this. Or it hurts me to say this. And they say all these things, man. Come on, man. You don't understand the Lord purged you from all these things. He forgave you for these things. Why would you go back and act like that person again? Why would you go back and continue to be wicked again? He forgave you for that. And you're going to go back and say, nah, it ain't over with. Don't forgive me yet. No, man. That's not what the Lord wants, man. And that's not what he'll accept, man. Shalom, 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 brother Moses, man. Shalom, man. Let's get this next precept, man. Let's go to, let's see what I want. Let's see if I want this. No, that's good. I don't need that. No, I don't need them. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. Go to 2nd Esdras chapter 14. Go to 2nd Esdras chapter 14. Brothers and sisters, we winding down, man. 2nd Esdras chapter 14. We're going to start at verse 34. The book of 2nd Esdras chapter 14 and verse 34. Therefore, it so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts. You shall be kept alive, and after death you shall obtain mercy. It says, therefore, if you will subdue your own understanding, meaning, hey, refrain from the way that you used to think as a nigga in this world, as a sister in this world, man. Refrain from the way that you've been thinking, man. Because what you was thinking was wrong. Because if you was thinking right, you would have been in the truth from birth, man. We have to subdue our own understanding sometimes, man. Understanding the principle and fact over fiction, man. Fact over fable. I don't want to believe this. I don't want to think this. Well, guess what? That's not how the Lord sees things, man. The Lord said, hey, my son is going to come back. You don't have to, I don't think he's going to come back. Oh, no, know for a fact he's going to come back, man. You don't have to understand, man. Hey, this is the Lord, man. But we have to subdue our own understanding in these last days. Because if we don't, we're going to get lost in the sauce, man. Think about you so puffed up and prideful, you can't see the times to come. You can't see brothers and sisters who are trying to put you in the best possible position ever to succeed. But you choose to fall out. You choose to say, no, I'm going to choose the rudiments of this world over a congregation. I'm going to choose the rudiments of the world over my wife, over my husband, over my children, man. You have to subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts. Renew your minds, man. Renew your spirit, a body of understanding. Come back to the laws, right? Have those virtues and have those traits, like it said in 2 Peter chapter 1, right? And it says, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. What's that after death mercy that we're going to receive? The kingdom, man. That second wilderness, that second opportunity to make it to the kingdom, man. Getting blessed by the Most High God saying, well done, my faithful servant, man. This is how you get that mercy, right? It says, for after death shall judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Because at that day, when there's no more, when it's all said and done, the Lord is going to call all these things to judgment. How you handle certain things, what you did, all these things, man. Think about these things, man. The Lord is going to try us by our fruits. He's going to see who was meek, who had temperance, who had patience, who had knowledge, who had godliness, who had brotherly kindness. He's going to search out all these things, man. He's going to see who subdued their own understanding. He's going to see these things. And he's going to declare those things in front of everybody, man. And whether he'll cast it off or whether he'll say, hey, well done, man. Salakian, let's jump back a page to go to Sirach, 2nd Esdras 13 and 54. These precepts go to back with each other. 2nd Esdras 14 and 34 precepts with 2nd Esdras 13 and 54. This is 2nd Esdras 13 and 54. For thou hast forsaken thine own way and applied thy diligence unto my law and sought it. Forsaking thine own way is the same thing as subduing your own understanding. It says you forsaking thine own way. Guess what? That old man or the old woman, the way that he or she used to walk, he said, hey, that wasn't the right way. This is the right way. This is the way I must walk, right? That's a Sirach, Isaiah 30 and 20. I've been in Sirach all day today. Now I'm stuck on it, man. And it's not a liquor. We talking about Ecclesiasticus, man. It says, for thou hast forsaken thy own way and applied thy diligence. That's another word, man. Diligence, discipline, all these things is what we must apply. It says, and I applied thy diligence unto my law. Thou hast applied thy diligence unto my law and sought it. You seeking after these things, man. And guess what the Lord said? If you seek, you're going to receive, man. But don't do it with strife, with pride, contentions. Do it willingly, with humbleness, with meekness, man. It says, thy life has thou ordered in wisdom and has caught understanding thy mother. All praises, man. Let's get this last precept. Sirach chapter 3. Sirach chapter 3, man. Gotta finish it how we kind of started. Sirach 3 and 18. You know, like one of my favorite precepts. Because it's mighty, man. Sirach chapter 3 and verse 18. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. It says the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, man. We can get many accounts, man, of Moses being humble, meek, and lowly, man. Of Christ being humble, meek, and lowly. Of Saul becoming humble, meek, and lowly when he turned into Paul, man. Think about all these prophets, man, who remained humble, meek, and lowly through all the adversity, through all the things that they seen, went through, and were persecuted for. It says the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, man. Christ literally washing the apostles' feet. He's the King of kings, Lords of lords, and he still bound himself to do these things, man. That's a humble brother, man. Moses was so humble that he didn't get mad when Korah and all those people said, hey, man, you put too much on yourself. You need to do this, this, and that. He fell to his face and prayed to the Lord, man. Look how these things go, man. It says the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, man. You show your growth in this truth, because the more you go, the greater you shall become. But that's how the more you should humble yourself. You shouldn't find pride creeping up upon you. It will happen. But guess what? You have to use the fruits of the Spirit to discern these things and to understand the season and use the spirits. Guess what? Use the good fruits and to combat these things, man. It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. And thou shalt find favor before the Lord. I've never met a humble, meek, and lowly person who ran their mouth all the damn time, man. I've never met one, man. No, not one. It says, many are in high place and of renown. Because guess what? You're going to have some people that's mighty, captains, officers. Guess what? Deacons, bishops. You're going to have all these priests, all these people, all these high places. That don't mean they humble. That don't mean they meek. That don't mean they got temperance. That don't mean nothing, man. Guess what? It means, then let me rephrase that. It means nothing to the Most High God if you're not choosing to be humble, meek, and lowly about it. Because the Lord said he'll raise you up in order to cast you down in the midst of the congregation. He'll set down one and set up another. And to plot the other precepts, man. If you're choosing not to humble yourself before the Most High God, the great, great man, guess what? You'll continue to fall in these things, man. You know what, Sister Mary Houston, you did pull a precept on these things. I'm gonna pull that Proverbs too. I forgot to pull that. I'm gonna pull that Philippians as well. It says, many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. That's the only way you can continue to grow in this truth. You can call yourself great in this truth. You can say that you know this, this, and that. But guess what? The Lord said the mysteries are revealed unto the meek. You sitting back and wondering, like, damn, how did that sister get that? Man, that sister growing. How did that brother get that? Man, that brother, damn, I own it. Because that's a meek brother, man. The Lord is dealing with him on a certain type of way he may not deal with you on. Not saying that you can't aspire and attain to these things, but saying you're not applying yourself and giving diligence to get to those things, man. Just because you are in a certain place does not mean you have to still not be a server. I've seen captains, man, sit there and serve food to all the brothers and sisters, even the children, man. Cleaning up, doing certain things that you think they wouldn't. Think about Paul. Paul did say, hey, should I have to come back and must need me to do this? It's not the fact that he was done working. He just, hey, he was on a bigger mission to keep doing the work. Continue to spread this truth, man. That was the most humblest way he could have said it. He gave them a small task. They couldn't perform the thing. Not to say that he wouldn't come and do it himself. But he said, must I needs do this, man? He was kind of getting on them, man, to get back on it, man, to get on it, right? Let's get that Proverbs first, sis. Get that Proverbs chapter 15. I believe that's what you put. Proverbs 15:1. That's right. That's the spirit. I had that. I was going to put that in there, man. So Proverbs 15:1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. That's the same thing I was kind of saying when I pulled that precept too, sis. That's in the spirit. It says a soft answer turneth away wrath, because a lot of times that's how we quench that fire. Put that thing away. Just a soft answer. You right. You wrong. Or guess what? The most softest answer is to not say nothing. Think about a brother that got a deep, very white baritone voice trying to say, sorry, okay. That's not a soft. But guess what? That brother would sound soft if he didn't say anything at all. That's the softest answer you can give. It's silence. Okay. That's it, man. Great precept, sis. Said, but grievous words stir up anger. It's always 2 and 2 with the most I got, right? Let's get this Philippians. Let me see, man. Let's see if sis go 2 for 2. Man, Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3. All right, yeah, Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem each other. So let each esteem other better than themselves. That's a mighty precept, sis. All praises. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. Because the thing is, we're not doing these things of ourselves, man. Think about it. When you're going out to the highways and byways, when you're reading, when you're praying, when you're studying, when you're fasting, you're not just doing it for yourself, man. Hell, you're not just doing it for your family. You're doing it for the whole nation of Israel, man. Because the Lord said you don't just study to show for you. You study to show yourself approved, but guess what? You study for who else? For all those that seek learning, man. You're doing this not only for them, but you're doing it for everybody, man. Because guess what? Our goal, we do want everybody in the kingdom. We do. It's not so. But the Lord said the work doesn't stop until I return, man. We keep going. We keep enduring until the end, man. We don't do this for strife or vainglory, man, to get back at somebody or to be seen among men, man. We don't do these things for these things. It says, but in lowliness of mind. That's that humble and meek and contrite spirit, man. That King David spoke about, that Isaiah spoke about, right? It says, let each esteem other better than themselves. Think about Christ, man. This is a mighty, matter of fact, that's a mighty precept, man. Think about Christ. He said, John, you are the greatest prophet that has ever came out of the womb. This is Christ, the King of Kings, Lords of Lords. So there's not been one better. But what did John say? He said, the one that comes after me, he's greater than I. I can only baptize like this, but when he comes, he's going to baptize a whole nother way, man. That's a humble and meek brother, man. This whole class could have been about Christ, man. The whole thing. But guess what? These are the attributes that Christ had, man. As a matter of fact, let's get this last precept, man. Let's get this 1 Peter. I feel like this will only feel right to end this like this. Brothers and sisters probably know where I'm going. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21. This is for even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was gall found in his mouth, man. Come on, man. This is mighty, man. This is mighty, man. I'm talking about, this is the example he left us. How to be humble, how to be meek, how to control your temper. They called Christ a winebibber, a drunkard, a glutton. They called him a devil. They called him not the Son of God. They called him all these things. But yet he continued to remain the same. They spit on him, chastened him, scourged him with whips, put a crown of thorns, made him drink vinegar. They did all these things to our King, man. And look what he did at the end. Forgive them for they know not what they do. Still came to give us grace, mercy, and opportunity to repent, man. And if that's not a no greater example of what to follow, man, hey, I don't know what is, man. Being in this truth, you have to understand the season, knowing how to continue to do these things, man. Knowing how to continue to be humble, meek, and lowly, man. If you can get more brothers and sisters to keep this truth and push this truth, all praise to the Most High. Think about it. These captains, these soldiers, these officers, these people who brought you into the truth. You coming into the truth and you can aspire, you will be greater than them. You'll know more precepts, more understanding. You'll grow stronger and mightier than them. Does that mean that their brothers or sisters should be mad at you or look at you a certain type of way? Oh, he think he better than me. I'm the one who brought him here. No. That's how humble you should be. Christ put that spirit in John. But yet he still turned around and said, man, John, hey, there's no better prophet than you, man. Put the spirit, come on, man. Come on, man. Think about these things, man. Literally was with the Father making John the Baptist, man. Elijah. And still say, hey, there's nobody better than you. He's the King of Kings, Lords of Lords, man. Guess what, man? If you see somebody, a brother, sister doing the work, man, and they doing a mighty job, you commend them on it, man. All praise to the Most High, man. That's a humble and meek thing to do, man. Come on, man. Guess what? If your position is locked in with the Lord as a soldier of a Hamashiach, guess what? That's your position. And nobody can take that away from you unless you choose to lose it, man, and go off your own way and own accord, man. But this is what it takes. These are the steps to continue to remain humble, meek, and lowly, and show temperance in the manner of these truth in these last days, man. And with that, man, we're going to say, hold on. I have 4 comments to post. Do you have time to read them all? Go ahead and post them, sis. I'll answer them. And I'm going to close out, but I'll answer your questions. And with that, we're going to say shalom, man. All praise to brothers and sisters, brothers that tuned in. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Help us push the truth around the 4 corners of the earth, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters that get to the GoFundMe, to the Cash App. They give great alms, man. That money is being greatly used to continue to keep lights on, help keep brothers and sisters safe, continue to just to do the work in the ministry of the Most High God. Those spiritual alms, man, those spiritual sacrifices, man. Guess what, man? Thinking about the righteous fastings, the righteous prayers brothers and sisters throw up for one another, man. These are the things that we do for one another. And all praise to the Most High, man. Okay, sis, let's go ahead and answer these questions, man. Got you, man. Let's see. So this past July, I was over a cousin's house, and my mom's cousin was over there, and she was talking about how appalled she was about how her granddaughter is being raised. She said her daughter said her granddaughter would be able to call her a liar, and then this older cousin looked so appalled in the face. She said, can you imagine, probably back in the day and still now, you call your parents a liar. But whenever I say something out of line, I just think of the opposite in my head. I'm going, what if she is a liar? Because my mom has another cousin who's actually a habitual liar. So what if this, but whenever someone says something out of line, okay, wait. What if this cousin I'm talking about has a grandmother like cousin Cookie? Ooh, we probably just want to live somewhere else. This cousin who is a liar, her children most likely know she lies. Yeah, I mean, sis, you got to think about it. A lot of times, like even what Sister Mary Houston put in the chat, a soft answer turneth away wrath. And guess what? Even what I pulled in Sirach, man, sometimes you can show your wisdom by being quiet, man. We know a lot of our people are liars. Think about if we go to our job every day and we say, Esau, you a damn liar. They say, hey, we're going to get off at 5 today, knowing damn well we're not getting off at 5. Well, hey, they got snacks in the break room. And knowing damn well ain't no damn snacks in there, man. Think about all the times we've been lied to on a day-to-day basis. Do you eat pork, shrimp, crab, a lot? Nah, I don't really be eating that. Damn, you damn eating a damn pepperoni pizza. Oh, I didn't know pepperoni would have pork. And you a damn liar. Sis, I ain't gonna lie. We get lied to a lot, man. We get lied to a lot on a day-to-day basis, man. And we discuss it for these things. But we have to continue to remain humble because we were those people too at one point in time, sis. So refraining to say these things, refraining, that comes with discipline. Discipline over your tongue, right? Let's get this precept for you real quick, though. Sirach. Because I'll tell you a lot of time, not 3, but 2. Okay. I bet, sis, because I'm going to tell you a lot of times if people don't come into the knowledge of this truth, they don't know how to truly be honest. They don't know what the truth is. The commandments, the laws, the statutes, all these are truth. And if you're not expressing these things via precepts or understanding the wisdom you may share, a lot of that is lies, man. That's why we tear down lies and strongholds, according to 2 Corinthians, right? Think about these things, sis. But watch this. I'm going to read this. Sirach chapter 22 in verse 27. Who shall set a watch before my mouth, and a seal of wisdom upon my lips, that I fall not suddenly by them, and that my tongue destroy me not? That's a question. Saying who's gonna do these things, right? He said, put a watch before my mouth, meaning I understand, hey, I shouldn't say this. This is not the time. This is not the spirit to be doing in there right now. I know they lying, but should I say they lying right now in front of their face? What will come with these people saying they a lie in front of their face that's not in the truth, that have no regard of Leviticus 19:17 or 1 John chapter 3, who hate, man. They'll hate you enough to do like, hey, how Cain did Abel. Should I really say something right now? You got to have the spirit knowing when to say something, knowing when not to, right? It's kind of what this class is going on to, right? Say, who shall set a watch before my mouth and a seal of wisdom upon my lips? What is that seal of wisdom? When you hold your peace and you let the Lord fight for you, right? And you got to think about these things, sis. A lot of times, if you let wisdom show forth their works, guess what? Hey, a lot of times that lies that come to true, because what do lies do? They always get on top of each other and couple up. It won't just be that person to see that they lying. Everybody will eventually see it. But as long as you telling the truth, that light will shine on you, man. But if everybody's sitting around lying, all y'all just some lying, hey, what they say, a funky pair of lips will say anything, man. And it says, it's like a seal of wisdom upon my lips, that I fall not suddenly by them, and that my tongue destroy me not, right? And I'm going to tell you, Sirach chapter 23, verses 1 and verses 1 all the way through 6. Matter of fact, verses 7. Sirach 23, 1 through 7 is a prayer to the Most High God about refraining and putting a scourge over your tongue. Sis, I pray that you do these things. I pray that you read this prayer, study on this thing, because a lot of times we get too entangled with the ways of this world, right? And we're stuck and we don't know kind of what to do. But a lot of times, if you understand what's going on, knowing the spirit that they're moving in, knowing that these people are not going to really truly move how you move or understand what you understand, you know that, hey, the Lord said, if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant, man. It's not much you can tell a person who's not in the truth of how to keep the truth. You can't. You can't tell a brother or sister that, right? And that's right, man. Yeah, that's right, man. That is very much true. A lot of our people do live with parents who are deceivers, who lie to them and tell these things. But guess what? That's why it's up to us as Israelites to bring back and establish the truth in the law and equity back into our nation, man. Because we've been lied to many times, sis. So guess what? I would say you be that example. You be that Matthew 5 and 13 on down, man. You be that light. You be the one that set forth order in your household. And you lead by an example, right? Because we can go on and on about how we've been deceived by our parents, by our family members, been lied to, stole, robbed, gambled, bamboozled, right? How the white man has done us some type of way, how these church houses have done us some type of way. We can go on and on about these things, right? But the fact of the matter is we're here now, we're in this truth, and we have an opportunity to correct these things, man. And whatever we can't correct, best believe the Most High God will, right? Let's get this precept for sis before we close it out. Let's get that Psalms 141. Check sis precept out, man. Book of Psalms, chapter 141 in verse 3. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties. Man, that's a mighty precept, sis. And guess what? That links up right with what I just said. So with that Sirach 22 and Sirach 23, right? So brothers and sisters, y'all can write that. Those are coinciding precepts. But sis just put in the chat and what I just read. But that's Sirach 22 and 27. And I'm writing it down in my book. As a matter of fact, I already had it by my book. That's funny. And I just didn't see it. All praise to the Most High, sis. Great precept. And guess what? Even though those dainties, what is that? Sirach. Let me see. Man, I like that precept too. I'm gonna find it. Now I gotta find it. I had that precept. Matter of fact, I had that precept in my class, and I just didn't pull it. That's a great precept, too, all right? Man, that's crazy. That's how the Lord does things, man. And all praise to the Most High. I try to cut it out to kind of make the class a little shorter, but the Lord always find a way of bringing these things out, man. And that's why we need certain brothers and sisters. Sirach 18 and 30. That's what I was looking for, Sister Mary Houston. It says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. Same thing like it says in Psalms 141 and 2. Eat not of the dainties, right? Refrain yourself from these things, those ways and those knowledges of wickedness, right? I don't know why. I went to 30 and 18. It's 18 and 30. And I'm writing this down. So it's like your brothers and sisters, if y'all feel like I'm taking too long, but this is how you continue to up your game and your repertoire. A lot of times, brothers and sisters think this, damn, how you memorize all them precepts, man? Brother, sister might just take good notes too, man. All praise. That is that spirit. That is, man. I had that and that precepts with that Proverbs 23 and 9. So if you got that, Brother Moses, man, you link them up back and forth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close out with this, man. All praises. I'm gonna close out with this precept, just kind of for the spirit that brothers and sisters moving in, man. This will be my closing out precept. Then I'll get the law. Sirach chapter 31 and verse 15. It says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. So guess what? We have skillful men and skillful women in the chat today. They heard the word, knowing what it needs to kind of give that extra power. Let the Lord as one. So like y'all brothers and sisters still see me? I see my screen kind of messed up. Y'all give me a 1 in the chat. Salakia. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's good. Let me make sure. Okay, Con. Sirach chapter 21 and verse 15. If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back. The talking of a fool is like a burden in the way, but grace shall be found in the lips of the wise. And you can read on down with this thing. The whole thing is fire. But guess what? That's what we did in the chat, man. They see wise words, you add unto it. But a fool, they won't never add unto something. They'll always try to tear you down, say you wrong, say you lying, say and do all these things, man. But if you're abounding in the truth and grace and mercy of Yahweh, you'll always be a winner, man. Let's get this law. This law kind of line up with these things, man. Knowing that we have the opportunity to add to the word of the Most High God and not to take away from it. And this was the law that the Lord commanded us way back then. This is the law for today. Deuteronomy 29 and 29. And also, that Leviticus 19:17 was going to be my law too. I forgot who put it in the chat, man, but that was another one I had lined up. Just a simple one, a hard hitter. But Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Knowing that, hey, we have the ability, the things that were revealed to us is what? How was that? Oh, what was that precept on dainties? Sirach 18 and 30, sis. Sirach 18 and 30. But it said those things that which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever. What was revealed unto us? The spirit of humbleness, meekness, lowliness, those fruits of the spirit, how to treat brothers and sisters, right? Leviticus 19:17, right? All these various laws, statutes, and commandments that were revealed unto us, that we gonna do all these things, man, until Christ come back, man. Knowing Christ, who he was, where he came from, what he's coming to do, who he's coming to save, what the kingdom is, who can aspire to get to the kingdom, who's invited in, who's not, who's a slave, who's a fugitive, who's a vagabond, who's a true Israelite indeed. And guess what? Who is these false pretenders, man, who say they are Jews and are not? These are the secrets that were revealed to us, man. And it says to do the words of this law. So with all these things that were revealed to us, we have to establish and we have to do these things in order to prosper, man. If we choose not to do these things, we'll fall away just like the heathen, man. The Lord gave us this secret. Why not keep it, man? They heathen wonder, man, how do you move like that? How do you do this? Why? What? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I'm doing, man. Cause Esau and all them heathen always want a piece of the pie, man. They always want to find out so they can try to get up one. Now they think they can be apologetics and they think they can try to be more Bible thumpers than the who the Lord gave the Bible to. Psh, get away. You'll never win, man. 100-0 in the streets, man. 144-0, man. That's all across the four corners of this earth, man. Regardless how you take it or not, man. The Lord said we'll never be ashamed nor confounded, man. This is a world without end, man. Israel, we're on the rise. Whether they think they stopping us, whether they think whatever they think they doing, man, all they doing is adding more fuel to the fire, man. And what did King David say in Psalms 137, man? Raise it, man. So keep going. Keep thinking that you stopping the word. Keep scoffing. Keep bringing out these things, because I'm gonna tell you. What did they say? They used to tell me, if it was the truth, you don't have to just go out and say nothing else. Like if we lying, okay, you don't gotta defend a lie. You don't got to go back and rebuttal and make all these videos or go on TikTok every day and say debunking the Hebrew Israelites. And that's your page. That's your page. That's your media. That's your platform. That's what you do all day from when you wake up, from when you sit down. You try to debunk Hebrew Israelites. Let me debunk these people. Let me get them wrong. Let me confound them. Let me look up something deep down in history to try to confound them, to try to stop them. If we was just lying, nobody would worry about it. But since we're not lying and it is the truth, it's hard for these people to get over it, man. But the Lord said we got to be ready always to give an answer, man, with fear and trembling, man. So guess what? We're going to keep giving y'all judgment. We're going to keep feeding the sheep of the flock, man. And we're going to keep feeding ourselves, man. That's thus said Yahweh, man. With meekness and honesty and sincerity, man. But thank you, brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. Y'all continue to spread this truth, spread the gospel, spread the good news, man. Israel on top, these heathen on bottom, man. That's what it is, and that's how the Lord feels, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters, man, that tuned in, man. I love y'all. Y'all brothers and sisters continue to strive for the kingdom. Continue to do the things that the Lord would want us to do to make him proud, man. Y'all tune in tomorrow for another mighty class from the captains. Soldiers, get your mind, spirits right. Be on time. Let's be punctual, and let's continue to make the Most High God proud, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters, man. Y'all be safe, man. Shalom.